It's actually kind of cloudy out. Oh, look at this Prius. What's up guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be going out of Los Angeles down to Orange County again, but it's actually kind of cloudy out, so we'll see how Autopilot does in today's Los Angeles traffic. Let's get into the video. Okay, so we're about to jump onto the 5. We're cruising about 52 miles an hour. There's not too much traffic, but it is kind of cloudy out, you can see. So you can see it's actually kind of cloudy out. 58 degrees outside. It is a Friday morning, and it's about 7:38 a.m. In terms of what version this is 2020.8.1, version 10.2. Update just came out last night, and it came out with track version 2.0 or track mode 2.0, which allows you to do a variety of different things, including set power ratios between the front wheel drives or 50-50 or the rear wheel drives, which will be pretty interesting. Stability assist, so you can set how much of the vehicle will interfere with you slipping out, and how strong you want the regenerative braking, which is actually pretty cool as well, with a bunch of different features. I'll probably do a video on that just on itself, because it's a really cool improvement to track mode. Okay, so we're in the second from the right lane. Autopilot wants to get into the right lane to follow the route and get up to the exit. Let's go ahead and trigger the turn signal. It's thinking a little bit, and we're good. There's a little bit of braking because the car is braking in front of us, and we're good. Thanks for watching another video, guys. If you're new here, my name is Dennis. I picked up this Tesla Model 3 about 6 months ago, and I make videos about my experience, including a weekly Autopilot video in Los Angeles traffic. So if you're interested in any of that, please hit that subscribe. I also just hit 1,000 followers, so thank you for everyone who's followed the channel and supported it. Thanks for watching all the videos, and hitting that like and commenting if you do. I really appreciate it. Alright, so now we're going to get onto the I-5 South. Still going about 50 miles an hour. We're in the left lane on the exit. Autopilot wants to get into the right lane because it's detecting that it's faster, so let's go ahead and do that. Pretty smooth, no issues. There was really no cars behind us either, so didn't expect an issue from Autopilot. So typically at this part, because of how the highways are kind of, I guess, smoother with a different type of pavement, the sun usually, in the mornings when the sun is super bright, it reflects off the ground and into the windshield, so you can't really see, and Autopilot probably can't see well either. So it does like to kind of trip out at this section of the highway. So we've increased speed to 61 miles an hour. Cruise control is set to 70. Some cars zooming around us. We're going to get into the left lane. Should be pretty easy. You can see it's pretty open. Cars are definitely going faster around us, so we're going 70 miles an hour. I'm going to increase speed to 75, and then that's probably the highest we're going to set it to. We do another left change. No cars in that lane, so it's pretty smooth. And now we're just going to cruise down this lane, down the highway. Traffic seems to be pretty light today. Typically it takes about an hour and 20 to an hour and 30 to get down. But today it's actually only showing an hour to get down to Irvine, so not too bad at all. Let's see how we're doing on energy. We started the trip with about 90%. It probably degraded down to 89, 88%, but I did charge it all the way to 100. It's at 87% right now, and we should be arriving with 72% of the battery, which is about 18% usage to go 40 to 50 miles, give or take. So that was interesting. We were in this lane, the Prius exited our lane, but then right at the last moment between when the Prius got out of our lane, Autopilot braked a little bit for some reason, even though there was about 4 car lengths ahead of us to the Kia. So that's one thing I noticed that Autopilot has done when cars are exiting out of your lane. It likes to brake at the last possible second for some reason, which is actually kind of annoying because any human driver would immediately close the gap once the car is exiting out of the lane, or I typically do, but Autopilot at the last second likes to brake as one extra precaution, I guess. Going down to 56 miles an hour. So the traffic has actually been pretty light today. We're going 68 miles an hour. Typically there's some sort of stop and go traffic around this area as well, But I guess either it's pretty early, 7:45, but not really, because most people are on their commute at this time. Maybe because coronavirus is kind of in the LA, Los Angeles area, and people don't want to go out into the road at the moment. But yeah, going to 75 miles an hour, full speed ahead, pretty open highway, not too many cars to our left or right. Autopilot does want to get into the left lane, but there is a Range Rover slowly coming up. So should I trigger or should I just let the Land Rover go? I think I'll just let the Land Rover go and then we'll go right after it. Okay, so the Land Rover just passed us. I just hit the left trigger and pretty easy. Just a little bumpy, as you can probably tell from the camera, but for the most part, pretty easy on that part. Going 75 miles an hour, full speed. Cruise control is set at 75 miles an hour. The cloudiness has really not affected today's Autopilot at all. If anything, it's made it a lot easier for Autopilot to see the road, I would imagine. So it's gonna make less glitches and less mistakes today. A little bit of braking there. Down to 60 miles an hour. There's a motorcycle coming up on our right. Might have to throw off Autopilot so we can make some room for him, but he's actually got some room, so he'll probably hang to the right a little bit. Slowing down a little bit to 47 miles an hour. There's some cars braking ahead of us. 37, 35 miles an hour. A little bit of traffic at this point. Looks like there's some orange traffic, and then it empties up right after it. So here we are again. The car is just braking, and still braking, even though that Toyota has left our lane completely. It's now not closing the gap quick enough, kind of speeding up slowly. It's trying to match the cars in front of us in terms of their speed, maybe inching up slowly after that to close the gap super slowly. Okay, so we're about to head into our first construction zone. This one has the concrete barriers on the left and the right. So let's see how Autopilot does today with the cloudy conditions. Okay, so we slow down to 45 miles an hour. There's cars still in front of us. A little bit of traffic. Of course, it's very bumpy. Concrete borders on our left. We're just pacing the car in front of us. Going 55 miles an hour. Ooh, a little bit of heavy braking there. Going on through. As we take this right curve, you can kind of see some of the lines going to the left, and that's where Autopilot gets a little confused. You can see some of the pavement lines going to the left, and so it likes to sway to the left a little bit in the lane and then come back to the right because it notices that's not the lane anymore. Okay, so we're out of that section. We should be increasing speed a little bit here until our next construction area zone. Increasing speed to 66 miles an hour. All right, so it looks like we're pulling out of the cloudy conditions. You can kind of see the sun beaming through some of the clouds up here. So maybe down in Irvine, it isn't as cloudy as it is in Los Angeles. So we're going 75 miles an hour. There's still some room ahead of us, so I'm going to increase speed a little bit to 77 or 78 to close that gap. There's a car behind us, so we don't want to be going too slow in the left lane. Okay, so we're about to head into our second construction area zone. I really don't expect any issues today because it's not bright out, and the Autopilot camera should be able to detect the lanes pretty easily. Let's see how it does it. Typically, we've been doing it in the left lane. Let's get into the right lane if we can, but I don't think we can because there is a car in that lane. Oh, we actually did it. Okay. So we're able to get into the second from the right lane, which I believe it tends to mess up more in this lane because the lanes get more trickier. So let's see how it does it. We got the rear view camera on this screen. We're pulling to the right a little bit. This is where the lines go to the left from the old highway. You can tell, okay, so now we're hugging the lane onto the left a little bit more, and we pulled to the right, and we're still in the lane, so we're good. So it looks like Autopilot was able to navigate that pretty easily when in the cloudy conditions. It really only messes up in the sunny conditions when it can't really see the lanes at all. So we're in the middle of the lane right now. There's another section up here where the lanes go to the right. You can see it right here. But Autopilot is following real highway lines pretty well. Going 58 miles an hour, we're just following this van in front of us. The left lane is pretty wide open, but Autopilot, okay, there we go. So Autopilot just recommended it. So let's go ahead and hit that left lane change. There was an SUV behind us, but there was definitely enough room. So now we're increasing speed to 76 miles an hour. Now Autopilot wants to get back into the right lane to follow their route, but it doesn't realize that all these lanes go straight, or most of these lanes go straight on the left lanes, so we can stay exactly in this lane and go the direction we want to go. Going 76 miles an hour. All right, guys, so this is where I'm gonna go ahead and end it. Thanks for watching. Hit that like if you enjoyed this video, and comment below on how you feel Autopilot did in today's video and your experiences so far in the new update, if you've gotten the update yet. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next one. See ya.